on our themes, we have long gold, we have long Bitcoin, we have long livestock, both feeder and live cattle, feeder cattle being the strongest. One of the things that's really strong that has not been getting much attention is the trading exchanges. CME, ICE, and Nasdaq are all very strong. They've all been making new highs this year. They're one of the things you can see is there's the financial sector is strong, but if you look inside the financial sector, you're seeing different pockets of the financial sector that are very strong, and one of them is the exchanges. Long foreign banks, the EUFN ETF, they've been very strong. Long U.S. banks and IYF, that's been very strong. We still have gold miners and junior miners on here. As Mark just said, he talked about how silver is starting to creep up. Silver's on the list. It's not quite confirming yet, but it isn't a yearly breakout. So one of the big things we look for when we determine these themes is we're looking for yearly breakouts, and silver isn't a yearly breakout. One of the themes that we've liked a lot is uranium, and uranium has just exploded in the last couple months. And then long communications with XLC and long big cap AI. So we have the macro market environment summary, and this is the place that we can come in and we can see the WAM relative strength score across different periods and the net changes, and we can see the ATR changes year to date, quarter to date, and month to date being June. And so we saw that for futures. So now we can come in and we can look at the ETFs, and we see in terms of the strong ones, we see QQQ as it made new highs. You see silver, SPY, gold, diamonds. But we see XLF, which we've been talking about already, XLC, which is on our list, XLI, XLK. They're really the big ones that are strong. In the country ETFs, there's a number of country ETFs that are very strong. The emerging market ETF is making new highs. We have Canada, which has had a very sharp reversal. Canada's been making new highs. Germany, which had a heck of a run, is still hanging in. Japan has had a pretty strong reversal and is at the highs. France has been one of the weaker countries. But Spain is strong. UK has been hanging in. But another thing I want you to look at is we've added these global macro IBP summaries, and this is something that we put a lot of focus into. These IBP summaries give us a sense whether the high or low is in for the year and for the quarter and the month. So we are able to look at this over various periods. Now, of course, Q2 is over, so now we're going to move into Q3. But it does give us some sense of what's going on. When we look in fixed income's been really range bound, and it shows up in the IBPs. You can see that several of the fixed income products have not even broken out of their yearly IBPs. They didn't break out in their quarterly IBPs. Indexes, we now, at the end of the quarter, we saw DAX, NASDAQ, and S&Ps break out of their yearly IBPs. And for the quarter, almost all of them broke out. Currencies. All these currencies had yearly breakouts up and quarterly breakouts up, and several of them had monthly breakouts up. This is because the low for the year is in, we had low for the quarter in, low for the month. We got 6 months to go. So a key question you got to ask yourself is, if the low for the year is in already, what does that mean for the next 6 months?